The GTR and Stoke series boards have been Evolve's most popular products since their release in 2019. However, it hasn't stopped there. We've still been dialing these products in even further on performance and quality behind the scenes, which has now turned them into a whole new breed, the Series 2. The Series 2 has really taken everything that we've learned from the GTR Series 1 as well as the Hadean Series, and now we've amalgamated both these products together. So the GTR now has the genetics of the Hadean Series but kept the form factor of what the original GTR Series and Stoke Series has been all about. The key differences in the Series 2 GTR is all around the motor controller, which now uses the EFOC. We also have the 63mm motors, so they're larger in size, and we're now using the phase remote. All of these combined into the platform of the GTR has just made it for a beautiful, working, smooth product. It's performance that meets value. For the vast majority of people that have been using the GTR series boards, the feedback on the battery has been fantastic. The range is great, as well as the performance. So we've decided to keep that battery technology flowing through into the Series 2. When it comes to the motor controller, one of the key differences between the Series 1 and Series 2 boards is the introduction to the EFOC system. So what this means as a rider is when you stand on the board, you pull the trigger, you're going to notice a remarkable difference in how the ride feels in terms of the smoothness of the acceleration and the braking system. Not only does the ride feel smoother, the board is a lot smarter too. Now you can connect up the Explore app to the motor controller, you can get in there and you can dial in those acceleration and brake curves and the power to suit exactly how you like to ride. We've also redesigned the heat sink on the motor controller that has fins, and these fins allow for the air to flow over the top and cool the whole motor controller. Not only have we improved heat on the motor controller, but we've also managed this on the motors. We've upgraded the motors to 63mm size. These pack a punch, they've got great torque, they've increased the speed, and they just don't get hot. The phase remote was originally designed for the Hadean series, and the goals here, we wanted to make it durable, beautiful to look at, feel great in the hand, and have all the smarts. This remote is the best on the market, and naturally, we are going to make this work with the Series 2. All the Series 2 boards now work with the intelligent prism strip lights. When you hit the brake function on the remote, the lights light up red on the board. You can also change the colors on the remote. You can customize even further via the Explore app. Basically, it's full RGB. There's endless colors you can choose from and mode functions. It's really fun to use. In terms of specs, the performance between the Stoke and the GTR is very similar to the Series 1. The Stoke will still get 15 kilometers per charge, and you'll hit a top speed of 36 kilometers per hour. In terms of range on the GTR, when it's set up in AT mode, you will get 30 kilometers per charge and 50 kilometers per charge when it's set up in street. However, when it comes to speed on the GTR, we've made this go faster on the Series 2. So in AT setup, you will get now 38 kilometers per hour speed, as well as 44 when set up in the street mode. On top of that, we've been able to increase the torque on the Series 2 GTRs because we've introduced the larger 63mm motors.
To test the performance benefits of the 63mm motors on the GTR 2, we put the two boards side by side against each other in a series of tests. We tested the acceleration and top speed, heat dissipation, and hill climbing capabilities of both the boards. For our straight line acceleration and speed test, we had the boards at a stationary position, accelerating full trigger down the course of about 2 netball courts, and in the video you can see that the GTR 2 pulls away stronger and achieves a higher top speed before the end of the courts. For the heat performance test, we designed a track that was designed to put abnormal and excessive strain on the boards and outside of normal riding conditions. We used a 20-meter stretch with a hairpin turn at each end on unmaintained grass on the side of an oval. The heavy acceleration and the heavy brake puts constant stresses on the motor and the motor controller, getting it to heat up as quickly as possible. For the GTR 1, I was able to achieve heat protection in 5 minutes and 8 seconds. For the GTR 2, I was able to ride the board for over half an hour before I got it to a point where I was no longer able to get any more heat into any of the components. At this point, we switched to a heavier rider who was able to ride the board for another 10 to 15 minutes before being able to achieve the first level of heat protection in the board. At this stage, we were no longer able to increase the temperature of the components any further due to the reduction in power, and with the board in its state at the time, we were still able to hold the motors and they were only feeling warm to touch. For the final comparison, we carried out a really simple test, just riding the boards up our favourite hill in Burleigh, what we call the board breaker. It's a steep hill and we rode the boards from the same point at the bottom of the hill to the same point at the top of the hill and simply timed them. The GTR 2 got me up the hill about 8 seconds quicker than the GTR 1, which is about 20 to 25% faster overall.
We're excited to see the legacy continue for the GTR and Stoke series boards, and we know that you'll feel the difference once you start riding them. And we cannot wait to see the adventures that these boards are going to take you on.